Hey, we are back. This is Cdub. I got Matt joining us. We got two of my best fans in the chat here. I got Pops and my mom's here.
Pops and
Um,
Mom, hello.
yep, they're here. They're here. So, Matt, I've known Matt for, man, how many years now? 15 years? Longer?
I don't know, cool sign 2005. In 2005. So,
Yeah,
like 17 years.
17. Wow,
Can I count
17.
16 years? I don't know.
You want me to pull up the calculator?
Yeah.
No, I'm not doing that. Hey. So, all right. So, Matt, I know you've been a collector. I know recently you got into sports card collecting. Um, and I know you've collected other items as well. Can you tell me about, okay, let's not get into the sports card stuff yet. Okay. What other items have you collected?
I've collected comic books. I've collected Star Wars action figures and toys. I've collected non-sports cards, like pretty much everything.
Okay. So, non sports. So, would you say
I
Garbage
got
Pail
a,
Kid?
I have the full original set of Garbage Pail Kids from the 80s. Yes.
No, you don't.
Yeah, it's right here.
Can you show it to us? Or?
Oh, don't make me do this. Oh, well, these are some other cards. These are comic book creators, and I've got a full
Wow.
set of those. You know, where's the Garbage Pail Kids? This is just a little crazy. Here they are.
Nice. The full set, huh?
Yeah, I won't go through all of them because I don't even know how many there are anymore.
All right, no worries.
All right, and I've
All
got a
right.
bunch of Star Wars cards and Star Trek cards. And
Now, have you also been a fan of have you collected I know that you've had a lot of different video games and consoles. Can you tell me about how you got into video games?
well, as a kid, I mean, I could tell you a story about the first arcade game I ever witnessed in my life. It might be boring, but it was
No, go
Space
for it.
Invaders. It was Space Invaders, and my dad took my brother and I to a racquetball gym. And you know, racquetball, you're in a enclosed room. So my brother and I were out in the hallway waiting for my dad to get done with his racquetball, and suddenly we started hearing these noises down the hall around the corner.
Hmm.
And my brother and I looked at each other, and we'd never heard anything like that. And it was like, doot, doot, anyway, sorry.
Yeah, keep
Um,
going.
and so we walked down the hall, and then there was this little, it looked like a table in the corner of this just hallway.
Hmm.
And we went down there, and it was Space Invaders, one of the sit down cabinets, which they call a cocktail cabinet.
Okay. I didn't know that.
And yeah, because at bars they had those so people could sit down and play the games and put the drinks on top of the table. And there
Nice.
was the arcade game in the table, so it was called a cocktail cabinet.
So you saw the game, you're in the racquetball gym or whatever you want to call it. You
Hmm.
and your brother see it, and then what did you do next?
We had no money because my dad was in playing racquetball. So as soon as he got done, we told him, "You are coming with us down the hall, Mister, and give us all the quarters you got in your pocket." And I think we stayed there for like 45 minutes or an hour, and we played Space Invaders with him, and that was great.
Nice.
Man, what year was that? 1983 or 1984? I can't remember.
Yeah, can we get the exact year? Or
Well, I don't know how long Space Invaders had been out by then. So, I mean, I know it had been out earlier in Japan before that, before it came over here. So,
okay.
yeah.
All right, sounds
So,
good.
so that started my love of video games. So, after that, I started collecting the console. Well, at my age, 10 years old or whatever, I couldn't collect anything because I wasn't making money. But when
Exactly.
I, after I got done with school and I had a job, I started collecting all the games that I loved as a kid. So I had pretty much all the consoles. Um, I was part of Video Masters TV, which you were on a few times, Charles.
Right,
if
right.
you remember that.
Yeah,
You
I
helped me
do.
get my Xbox
Yes, I did.
360 or the original. I can't
It
remember.
was a 360.
Yes. So folks should look up that video, or we should have had a link ready for that. So
Yeah, do you have the link?
no,
All right,
sorry,
maybe I'll look it
sorry,
up while we're
folks.
talking. It's all good. Um, all right. So also, I know that you've had different consoles, even some versions that are released in Japan. How did you get access to those?
um, Sorry, I was reading a comment. Can you please say that again?
You
I
sure?
gotta turn the comments off, guys, because this is I'm looking over there too much.
No,
Did you
no,
ask
no.
me how I got into Japanese consoles?
Yeah. How did you get access to those?
Well, I lived in
Did you order
Japan.
those off? You didn't order those off
No,
Amazon? Or?
no. When I
No.
lived in Japan, I got the Nintendo 64 when it came out in Japan because I was
Nice.
living there at the time. And a buddy of mine who was a Japanese guy, he got his. We kind of buddied up and we kind of went to stores together. I didn't speak a lot of Japanese, so he kind of helped me a little bit.
Right.
And I bought Ocarina of Time, Zelda Ocarina of Time, that came with the Nintendo 64, and it was all in Japanese, of course, because I bought it there. And so he helped me uh, buy the U.S. guidebook and mail it to my residence in Japan, so I could look at the English guidebook but play the Japanese game. So yeah.
Wow.
And then after I left Japan, and then got married and moved back to Japan. Then got all the Japanese consoles when I was there, and my wife was like, "What the heck are you doing? We have a tiny apartment."
So she, so she wasn't a fan. She wasn't a fan of the consoles, or
No, she grew up with the Famicom, which is the little red and white plastic toy-looking thing that they made.
yeah, yeah, I
Um,
remember that.
she and her brothers, though, they used to play Mario Brothers, but she was not and is not a game fan.
She's not a gamer. So we got a comment here.
What does that mean?
Matt is truly the GOAT, greatest of all time.
Oh no,
You,
thank you, but
oh, that's hilarious. You didn't know what it
no. I was like, whatever. I don't speak now language.
Okay, but you speak but speaking of languages, did you ever learn how to speak Japanese since you lived in Japan?
Yeah, not fluently though.
What's that?
Not fluently though.
Not fluently.
No.
Um,
Well, this has
can you
gotten way off track.
can you drop us some Japanese in the
No, I'm
video?
not going to drop any Japanese.
Okay, maybe later. Maybe later. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
All right.
Konnichiwa. That means hello.
Nice. All right.
Mhm.
So do you so let's talk okay, let's talk about how you got into sports cards. First of all, what's your favorite sport?
Growing up, it was football,
Hmm.
NFL.
Nice, nice.
My brother and my dad were humongous NFL fans. They still are.
Yeah,
But they would try to drag me into the living room and watch, but I would always go to my Nintendo machine. And they, yeah. And so I was always playing games and they were always watching it. But we would always watch Super Bowl and, the big feast and everything. And I was totally into that. So
nice,
uh,
nice.
if it came with food, I was there. Yeah.
I'm with you on that. I'm with you on
Yeah.
that.
So, um, but in the last few years, I've tried to get into baseball.
Baseball. Okay, so have you tried to buy any cards and can you tell me about your experience? Like, do you go to card shops? Do you go to like a Target? How does that work?
Um, you kind of got me into it, Charles. Cdub, sorry.
Oh, no
Um,
problem.
yeah, so watching your channel,
Hmm.
uh, I love collecting stuff, right? So
Yeah,
I have a little seed of a bug in me for collecting, right? So
right.
watching your channel, you and Pops and you and your son
Yeah,
doing your thing, getting the cards, it
right.
really jazzed me up. Thank you
Okay.
all.
Hmm.
And so when was it? It was in and to be honest, I didn't know anything about what? You showed people. You showed your family this.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Yeah,
Okay.
that's my dad right there.
Yes, I know. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, I didn't know much about baseball. Okay,
Okay.
I'll be honest. So
No.
in last October or something, I was doing some stuff with my daughter's high school,
Hmm.
and we would go to the baseball stadium because they were doing marching band practice and stuff at the baseball stadium in Hillsborough here.
Right.
Whoa,
Right.
was I not supposed to say that? Um,
I don't know.
okay. Anyway, and so I was like on the diamond, and we were not playing baseball, but something clicked. Your stuff clicked, that clicked, and my collector bug, and it was the perfect triangle, and it went, boom, and there I went. And so I started at first just going to the local Target,
Yes.
and and that's how it started, man. And then I started doing eBay purchases and whatnot. So
Nice. So, did you when you were going to Target, were you when you were going to Target, were you able to find cards easily?
no, not at first. And I kind of expected it because of what you were showing on your shows on your show. So
Right. Right.
I actually started talking to one of the vendor ladies that was at Target, and I
Okay.
thought, wow, I'm Cdub. I'm the man, just like the man.
So you thought you kind of felt like you wanted to start your own YouTube channel
No,
and all?
no, I well, don't get angry. uh, no, I didn't really want to start my own YouTube channel.
Oh, okay.
No, but
The funny thing is that I don't know if we want to mention where you're located, but
I'm near Portland, Oregon.
oh, okay, near Portland, Oregon. Okay.
Hmm.
So the funny thing is, like, I remember you got into it. I thought it was funny because I'm like, man, what are you doing? And you would like send me messages like, hey, I found some cards at the
Yeah.
local Freddy's,
Hmm.
and um, and then one day you told me, you're like, hey, I found some basketball. And then you told me, so then I relayed the message to another friend who lives up there in Portland, and he
Hmm.
was like, "How do you know this?" And I'm like, "I got connections everywhere. Don't you understand?" But anyway. So with your information that you sent me, I'm in California. I was able to tell somebody else in Oregon, "Hey, go
That
to
is
this
crazy.
store, go to this address," and they were able to get cards. Can you believe that?
Dang, I love it. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Elliot's saying that I turned him on to sensory deprivation chambers. I didn't know I turned you onto those, Elliot, but I'm glad, man. How the heck are you? Elliot, it's been forever.
Oh, that's
Well,
hilarious.
I also turned you on to eating hamburgers in a certain way that you liked, right? Remember that?
Oh man, I don't. Oh man, that's hilarious. All right, so um, oh man. Oh, okay. So you found cards, you bought cards on eBay. Now, tell me, do you have any experience with digital cards?
I do. Going back to my Star Wars love of Star Wars and Star Wars collecting,
Yes,
Topps has, and this is not a paid ad. I'm not getting money for this. Topps has a
I already know that.
Star Wars. What?
I already know you're not getting paid.
Wait, wait,
I'm
wait,
just
wait.
kidding.
What? No.
I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Anyway, it's called Star Wars Card Trader, and you can find it on the Android or iOS store.
Okay.
And it's digital cards for Star Wars. And Topps also has um, Major League Baseball.
Mm,
Uh, and they have a Disney one, which I tried to get my daughters into. My
yeah.
10-year-old was kind of cool into it, but she didn't have the stamina to keep like digging for cards in the digital domain. So
Right. Right. So, oh,
yes,
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Were you still talking?
nope,
So, all right. So you would buy digital cards, but then you started getting digital baseball cards, right?
correct.
Okay. And then did you decide at one point that you were going to try to sell those, and how did you go about that?
Well, um, I just posted them on eBay, and so when I was starting to do the Star Wars card trading and collecting on the phone, my phone.
Yeah.
Um, I was not collecting any physical um, cards at the time.
Hmm.
I already have like 7 big binders of tons of cards already. So I was like, I don't need any more Star Wars cards, but I could collect them digitally, and I don't need to
Hmm.
take up shelf space, right? So I started doing that, and then I noticed that there were cards that I couldn't get, right? And that's I could either pay for them in the app, or I could go to eBay and pay like half the price and get it. And so I started
Nice.
doing that. And then I started after I started last year in into real baseball cards,
Yeah.
store bought. Then I realized, oh, Topps has a digital app for that too. So I started doing that as well.
Right.
And I don't know, something clicked in me, and I said, let's see. It was kind of an experiment. Let's see if I could sell some of my digital Star Wars cards. I
Okay.
didn't. I didn't try to sell any of the baseball cards. And sure enough, I was able to sell some of the baseball cards, digital baseball cards on eBay. And
Nice.
it was a excuse me, it was a little bit of a frustrating thing because no matter so I researched how to list digital cards, and there were tutorials online, and then I just looked at people's posts on eBay, and they have a specific thing. They like title it digital card, and
Hmm.
they put red red font in the description saying digital card, not physical, blah blah blah.
Right.
So I
Right.
did that. Sure enough, some dummies would buy the card thinking that they're real physical cards, and
Yeah.
I was just flabbergasted. And so, you want me to keep going?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
So this one guy
So
bought a card, and people who buy and sell the digital cards on eBay know when you purchase it, you need to supply your username for the app, right?
got
So
it.
because what happens is you need a username to trade a card, and there's
Okay.
no users cannot sell the cards in the app. You have to trade the cards, and to trade a
Got it.
card, you need a username and you need to one-to-one trade. Um, so this person didn't supply their username,
Hmm.
and I was like, okay, they missed it, and I waited a day and a half, and they didn't respond to me with the username. So I messaged them in eBay and said, all right, man, I need your in-game or in-app username. And 2 more days went by, and no response. So then I realized this person thinks this is a real card. Otherwise, if they're in the know and they know how to do this, they would have given me their username. So
Right.
I created this nice message, very nice because it's a customer, right? You got customer is God almost sometimes. Um, sorry, that was dumb. Anyway, another 2 days later, the person finally said, "Just give me a refund." And so I had to give him a refund. It was 99 cents. So broke my wallet.
99 cents.
Yeah. Anyway, and then a month later, the person gave me a negative feedback on eBay.
What?
Yeah,
Are you serious?
but the comment was actually totally irrelevant about what they tried to buy, and it was as if they were leaving a negative feedback for someone they were selling something to, and that person reversed their bid or whatever. So I opened up a complaint with eBay, and they didn't do anything, and so that's it.
Hmm.
So I'm done selling the digital cards. So that was a really
Got it.
long, lame story. I'm sorry, folks.
Oh, it's all right. It's quite all right. So, what lesson have you learned with that whole eBay situation?
Um, well, if I were to start doing the digital sales again, I would let me back up. So I was selling some actual real sports cards and real Star Wars cards and some real comics and stuff on eBay on my same store, I guess. I didn't have a
Yeah.
store because I didn't have that much sales. So I was selling a bunch of different things physically, and then I interspersed my digital sale cards in there. So who knows? Lesson learned maybe is if I'm going to sell digital cards, create a different eBay account for that.
Hmm.
So people don't look at everything you're selling and see digital and real and digital and real. You know what I mean?
Got it.
Because some people ain't that smart.
Wow, wow. So, did you ever make a profit on any of those cards that you sold?
Yeah, one card, a Star Wars card, like a an auto of Daisy Ridley, I think. I
Who's
think it
that?
sold for $13. What?
Who did you say?
Have you ever seen Star Wars, Charles? Daisy Ridley is Rey from The Force Awakens.
Oh, okay, okay. Got it. Okay,
Anyway,
my
so I sold her card, which I might have gotten for free on the app, and I sold it for $12.99. I was flabbergasted.
wow.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Um, now, um, at this point, are you feeling like you want to continue to buy sports cards, or where do you stand on this?
Um, I've stopped purchasing sports cards for now, or anything actually. My little den office here is just so chock full of everything I've collected over the years. I'm gonna start trying to slim it down, and so once I do that, who knows? My impulse might kick back in and say, we need to collect a little more." But for now, sports cards are kind of on a hiatus.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what are your plans with that Garbage Pail Kid card? The collection that you have. Do you have any plans with that? Like, are you going to sell it? Would you want to just continue to keep it, pass it on down to the family line, or
Mm,
ship it to me? Or,
yeah, for the right price.
no, I just
I'm
want
not
to.
going to sell it to you. It's
Okay.
probably worthless. Um, I'm going to keep it for now because it's tucked in tidy in the shelf, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, got it. So I managed to find the link to one of the videos that we talked about earlier. So I'm gonna go ahead and paste that in the chat.
Cool. That'd be awesome.
Or should I play it? No, it might be too choppy.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'll just post it in the chat. So if anyone wants to see that, I look a lot different. I have a little bit more hair in that video. Um, and I think you look the same.
I don't think so either. I look way different too.
So all right. So
That's crazy.
tell me your um hopefully that's the right video.
What is Mecha Bauer?
What
Um,
what I have a Mecha Bauer 715 pieces.
is
I
that a
don't know what
puzzle?
that is. That's my mom, by the way, but I don't
I
know.
know. I didn't want to say that because I didn't
Oh,
know if
okay.
that was kosher or not.
Oh no, that's kosher. That's kosher. It's all
Okay,
good.
cool.
Um,
This is
so
wild. I've never done this in my entire life.
oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. So okay, so
People have. I think your dad has been mentioning Lunch Bros. I wish we
oh,
could bring Lunch Bros back.
so for those of us that well, I know what it is, but why don't you explain what Lunch Bros is?
Lunch Bros was, man, I don't know if we've ever defined it. It was just you and I in a car during lunch being
Exactly.
bros. Hence, Lunch Bros. And I think it's a Star Wars dinosaur. Dinosaur. Mecha Bauer. I've never heard of that dinosaur. You have one? I'm gonna look it up really quick.
Here, should I look it up?
Yeah. Is that a Lego? Lego thing? Cause you,
It might be a Lego set.
mom said it was 715 pieces, so it seems like a Lego thing. Oh wow.
Did you find it?
What? Um, yeah, it's like a robotic dinosaur. That is crazy.
Oh,
I
I can.
love it.
Oh, I see it. All
That's
right.
awesome.
Um. So,
Does it move?
what does what move? The dinosaurs?
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's see.
So Lunch Bros. Yeah, I wish we could bring that back. That was so fun. And we got
Yeah.
Vinny to be in some of them.
Oh yeah, we got
Vanille,
Vinny.
our
Yeah,
coworker.
yeah, that was fun, man.
Hmm.
So if anyone wants to go, if you guys have enough like extra time on your hands and you want to watch some videos, you can go to Lunch Bros. It's on YouTube. Very small channel. You guys can check those out.
It walks and roars. That is wild. I gotta check that out. Wow, that's a great video. I'm gonna watch that again later too.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the.
Xbox 360.
Huh? Give me a second. So, man, we have a man. I don't know if you checked, but we have a lot of subscribers on that channel.
3,000. Yeah, that's Whoa, his name just went flying right out of my head, dude.
Um, so I'm gonna put a link to one of the first Lunch Bros videos that we did. I'll throw that in the chat. I don't know. I don't know if we're losing people or what, but
I don't even see the count of anybody. I just see people's posts. Thanks for posting, everybody. Uh,
all
Chuck
right.
Dale
So
Elliott. So,
what is the out of all the things that you collected, what have you enjoyed the most?
oh wow. Probably my game consoles because I got the most use out of them.
Hmm. Now, do you
Um,
still have a good amount of game consoles that you own?
no, last summer I sold all of it.
You're
Yeah,
kidding me.
I'm not kidding
Why would you do that?
you. I told you I was trying to slim everything down, right?
Oh yeah, my bad.
Um, Last year I got into Raspberry Pi. Have you ever heard of those? Those little mini computers,
No.
microcomputers, do it
Mm-mm.
DIY computers. Um, Look it up, Raspberry Pi. I don't know why it's named like that. It's probably the OS name that they. Um, what the? What's Dad saying about me washing my father-in-law's back? Oh my God! When did that ever get on air? What the heck? Wow. All right, I'll talk about that in a second.
All right.
Um, the Raspberry Pi is like microcomputers. People have started making little retro gaming emulators out of
Mm.
these. So my goal is, uh, and now I have to do it because I sold all of my retro game stuff,
Mm.
um, and I felt good about selling it to a local game store that was starting up, retro game store guy,
Right.
and so yeah, so all my stuff is at his store now. So it's got a happy home and more
When,
home going out to all the homes.
right. Right. So
Was that cool? It's going out.
it's kind of like you're sharing the love, right?
Yes, yeah. So with Raspberry Pi, I'm going to make, when I get to it, my own game console and then emulate all the games. And then you can just
Nice.
plug it into a TV with it like a USB, HDMI or whatever.
Right.
And so I will have all the games instead of 5 shelves of games in one
Wow.
little tiny thing like that.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Technology, man. Technology is amazing, isn't it?
it's wonderful, man.
Yeah.
Look at this. You and I are like online. Oh, I can't put my hand on your screen. What an idiot. Um, And everyone, your family's here watching us. Mom and Dad and Elliot, I think, right?
Yeah, yeah. Let's see. Did we get
This is
anybody
just
else in here?
crazy. It's just crazy that you guys are watching us and I can't hear you or see you.
I know it's weird.
It's like live Lunch Bros.
Exactly.
Whoa. Live Lunch Bros. We could do that.
Let's
What?
keep
We
that
could
in mind.
totally. Yeah.
Oh
That'd be
man.
great.
All right. So, do you want to talk about this?
We see you. Thanks. How does that get highlighted like that?
Oh, I do that.
Oh, because you're the
Yes,
master.
exactly,
Oh,
exactly.
gosh.
So, do you want to talk about this?
Oh, my gosh. Uh, oh, my gosh. All right, so I don't know. Here's what happened. So, after I got married to my wife, who's from Japan, so
Yes.
she was born and raised in Japan. I met her in Canada when I was in school, and she was in school in Vancouver, Canada. And
Right.
yeah, let's do Lunch Bros live. We need a good logo. Anybody? Elliot, can you make logos? Anybody?
I don't know. You're the graphic artist guy.
Not anymore. Anyway, so um, man, I don't know how to tell this story without it seeming weird.
Well, just it's all about the
All right, so
culture and the facts,
I
right?
was the outsider, right? I'm the
Mm,
outsider,
right.
and I wanted to ingratiate myself to my father-in-law, who I knew already, and we were kind
Right.
of well, we were buds. We became buddies. He took me. Oh man, I got a weird story about a horse race.
Okay. Yeah, I'm ready for it.
Oh my gosh, I'm
Let's
wasting
do this
everybody's
one
time with
first,
all this.
and then we'll go to the horse race story.
Yes. So okay, um, as the family, so my wife and I and my father and mother-in-law and my two brother-in-laws, her brothers,
Yeah.
and one of their families. We all went to this like um, I don't know if it's famous or not, but it's a big hotel in Japan next to the ocean where they lived. And in the hotel was a very nice restaurant that they we went and ate. Oh, thanks for saying that, Dad. Can I say Mom and Dad? Because
Go for it.
it's more natural.
Yeah,
Thank you,
go for
Dad.
it.
I'm glad I'm not wasting your time. So this hotel had a nice restaurant and a public bath, which they call onsen in Japan.
Mm.
It's a natural spring water spa, whatever. They've got multiple baths. Some are bubbly, some are flavored orange,
Are
and
you
some are.
serious?
Yeah, it's great, man. I love Japanese public baths. They're the best thing in the world. And
Okay.
so here we are in the bath, and um, I had known from going to the public baths in Japan over time. What are you laughing about, man?
Sorry.
I would
Sorry.
see kids or younger people washing the back of the elder
Right.
man, of course, because I was in the men's section.
Sure. Sure.
And so I don't know why I did it, but my father-in-law was sitting there and he was struggling trying to get his washcloth on his back. And so I just said, I said, Dad, you want me to do it? I'd scrub your back. And he was like, what? And so I said, just let me do it, man. And so I got his soapy towel and I scrubbed his back, and that was it. But that made a big impression on him, I think. So my wife said
Mm.
later that he told my mother-in-law, is like, my own sons have never done that for me. So I was like,
Wow.
I was in.
Right. Right. So how'd that make you feel after you heard that feedback?
It was great. It was great because
That's
I
dope.
wanted him to accept me, and I already knew he kind of did. But
Right.
yeah, anyway, that was a wild,
Awesome.
wild thing.
Now, all right. So you said something about hey, what's up, Zach? Thanks for joining, man. I'm just here interviewing a good friend of mine, Matt. He's a longtime collector of multiple various things. So, but anyways, so Matt, what what was the other story that popped into your head? Can you share that story?
Yeah, one day I was at the in-laws' house and we were just chilling watching sumo or something, I don't know. And I think it was like all six of us, my in-laws, my two brother-in-laws, and my wife and I. Yeah, that's six. And we were just sitting there, and one of the brothers took off with his friends. He was a teenager at the time, and they took off. And then suddenly my father-in-law, he's like looking at the newspaper, and then he's like, and he spoke very gruffly all the time in Japanese. And he suddenly said, "Matt, you want to go? You want to go out? You want to go to the bath?" And this is before I scrubbed his back, long before. So he wasn't expecting that. Just to let you
Okay,
know, that's not why he said, "Let's go to the bath." And
okay.
and so I said, "Of course," because like I said a little bit ago, I love Japanese public baths. They are the best thing in the world. Um, and I love them so much that I irritated my family actually over there because
Hmm.
I'd be soaking in the bath and they're all waiting out in the lobby, and I'd be like, "What? I'm in the bath, bro." So my father-in-law was always joked like, "You're too Japanese." Anyway, so I get in the car with my father-in-law and we start driving, and he stops at a convenience store and he's like, "What do you want? Do you want some coffee? You want some a rice ball or something?" And I said, "No, I'm fine." And he comes back with this newspaper, but it didn't look like a normal newspaper. And I found out it was the horse racing newspaper.
Hmm.
Like the, what do you call those? Oh my, the either the odds or the schedule or something like that. I don't know.
Okay.
And so he said, "Let's go to the horse races." And I didn't know that word in Japanese, and I'm like, "Don't know, man." So he said, he tried to say in English, "Horse, horse."
Right.
And I
Okay.
said, "We're gonna go see a horse?" And I was like, "Whatever, bro. Just take me. I'm your passenger. As long as we go to the public bath at least once." And yes, the racing form. Thank you. Um, and so um, we ended up. So I ended up realizing we're gonna go to a horse race, and we traveled like 2 hours in his car, and I was so
Wow.
bored, dude. I was like, because I can't really communicate well in Japanese with him,
Hmm.
and we're listening to this old. It's Enka, called Enka. It's like folk music in Japan, and it
Hmm.
is the weirdest music, man.
Okay.
Um, so we get to this humongous building out in the middle of nowhere, and we go in there, and there's no horses. What it is, it's a remote digital horse racing venue, and there's like
Okay.
stadium seats and then huge monitors, like I swear, like 50-foot tall monitors of the actual horse race somewhere else in Japan. But we are
Wow.
not at the horse race. We're at
Wow.
a betting farm or betting building, and all of the betting windows are actually vending machines. There's no people you interact with. So
Wow.
it is the most
Sounds
wildest thing
kind
I'd
of
ever seen in my
futuristic.
life. What?
It sounds kind of futuristic.
It was very futuristic.
Hmm.
And so I was just following my father-in-law, and I was walking up to the vending machine with him, and he was throwing money in it and pushing buttons and then getting little tickets, and then we go sat down, and I swear we were there for 4 hours, and I wanted to kill myself. And and then after that, he took me to the public bath, and so I was happy. But oh,
Nice.
he did. He at the end of the horse racing um, um, purgatory, he handed me. I don't remember how much money he gave me. He handed me some money.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, we're so off sports cards here.
It's all right. It's all right.
Horse racing is a sport,
True. True.
and so he handed me some money,
Yes.
and I was like, "Dude, Dad, you don't need to give me any money. I just sat here with you this whole time." But he gave me some money, and he's like, "Just he can you still hear me? My
Yeah.
computer just suddenly wanted to install something for my printer. And so I was like, all right, well, thank you very much for the money, Dad. And so um, when I got back home with the wife back down in Tokyo, I put the money in the bank. And then, like a day later, my wife is. Oh, he told me, do not tell. I totally forgot this. I'm such a bad storyteller. Oh my gosh, guys. He said, don't tell the wives we're going to the horse races. Okay. And
Okay.
then
All right.
he gives me money. This is just like the perfect storm, and I was such an idiot. I put the money in the bank, and my wife is like, "Bro, what's this 200 bucks suddenly?" And I was like, "Oh no!" And so I told her, and then she told my mother-in-law, and then my dad. Next time we were up at their house, he's like, "How stupid are you? You're supposed to just spend the 200 bucks, not put it in your bank."
Wow. Wow. That's funny.
That was not so funny, actually.
Man, that's just crazy, man. So,
So are you still
hmm?
how are you doing collecting the sports cards still?
So that's a good question. So I've actually kind of changed my strategy lately for different reasons. Okay. So, um, um, why are there, oh, sorry. Let's see what Pops is saying here. Hey, why
There
are
should be
there
horse racing
not
cards.
horse racing cards available to be purchased and collected? Good question.
Don't know.
Good question. Um, so I've kind of changed my strategy. One is, initially, actually, I think I'm hearing like an echo or something. Is that me?
It's not me.
All right. Anyways, so initially, I was traveling. I was driving around trying to get cards. You can see that in my earlier videos. We called it card hunting.
Hmm.
Um, and but lately, I don't know if you know about this, but like gas prices in California are ridiculous,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
Ridiculous. So
That is
I'm,
crazy.
uh, in some parts of California, gas prices are over $7 a gallon. You know, and so
What?
yeah, I'm not joking. And so for me, I thought, you know what, maybe I should change my strategy a little bit. Also, the other thing that changed that too is because of a lot of cards are now available online. They kind of
What?
they cut a lot of the store selling, even though some of the stores are still selling.
Hmm.
Pardon me. But a lot of cards, a lot of Targets. I mean, Target online drops cards. You can get cards on Walmart.com,
Hmm.
stuff like that.
Hmm.
But then I just realized I wanted to start collecting maybe more of the cards that may not necessarily be available in the retail stores, but maybe older cards. So I'm trying to find ways to find those specific cards that I want to collect. So that's what I've been
When you
doing.
say older cards, like how old?
Oh, I just mean like, you know, maybe 5 years old, maybe 10 years old. Actually,
I see.
I just got a Kobe card that's like
Hmm.
um I don't know, 10 years old, maybe even older.
Nice.
So yeah,
Nice.
just so anyways, actually I have some footage. Hey, where you going?
I just wanted to get a card.
Oh, okay. No, I'm just kidding. So I have some.
You're crazy, dude.
I went to Burbank Sports Cards recently.
Hmm.
Um,
I wish
I
I
didn't.
could go there with you guys.
Man, you should
That
come
place looks so awesome.
fly down to California, man.
Can I?
Of course you can. Yeah. So, anyways, plan a trip, man. Me, you, and Pops will go to Burbank. That'd be awesome.
Oh my
But
goodness.
I went with my son and had a good time. I sold some cards. I was able to get a new card. But anyways, I have footage. I haven't put it together yet, so I'm gonna. My plan is to put that together soon and get that
Hmm.
posted.
Cool. Oh,
But
speaking
anyways,
of your son, he is hilarious. He's
Yeah,
funnier than you, man.
yeah, I know, I know. I don't deny it. You know,
Well, I'm sort of joking, but he is so funny.
no, he's a natural. Um,
Yeah, he is. Here, I
so
wanted to show you this.
okay,
I don't know if you guys
sure,
can see this. Because of you, I got this card. I don't know why you prompted me to get this card. Can you see
nice.
that?
So
Frequent
yeah, I
flyer?
can see it. It's a little
LeBron?
hard to. Yeah, it's LeBron, frequent flyer, nice.
Mm-hmm.
NBA hoops,
Mm-hmm.
nice. Looks good. So
This
you
is
bought
my
that from?
only basketball card. And I bought it because you inspired me to get this card for some reason. In one of your shows, I don't know, maybe you were scanning the case and I saw this and I was like, I gotta have that.
Nice. So did you buy that off eBay or like you went to a card shop?
eBay. I have only ever been to two card shops in the area, in the Portland area. And the first one I went to, well, both of them were really good. And then the one I returned to multiple times, the guy was really nice. He was just starting his store actually in this little strip mall.
Yeah. Is there any way you
And
can mention the name of it or?
I don't remember it. Hang on.
Okay.
Yeah, and I ended up selling like three hobby, not hobby, but three boxes of comics to this guy because he started selling Pokemon cards
Hmm.
and Digimon cards. Digimon? No, Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh. Is that how you say it?
I don't
He was
know.
selling Yu-Gi-Oh and all this stuff, and so I he asked me what I like to collect, kind of like what you asked me today on this show. Um, And I said, "Oh, I collect comics and everything." And he's like, "Dude, do you want to sell any?" And I said, "Yeah, I do." And so he bought some of my boxes of comics.
Wow.
And I'm trying to get the name. I'm going to Google Map. It's called One Stop Card Shop. It's
Nice.
in it's in Hillsboro, Oregon.
Nice. Nice.
Hillsboro, Oregon. One Stop Card Shop. And the guy is really nice.
Cool. Cool. So there's a proposal here.
I am not going to trade this card away for the dinosaur. Sorry, Mom.
At least he said sorry. Sorry about that, mom. Um, so I forgot. I'm glad you just brought that up. So I know you're a big fan of comics. Um, you collect a lot of different comics. Do you have like one favorite comic or maybe a couple top three that you really enjoyed?
Hmm. Man, that's a really difficult question. Um, my prize collection of comics are the full run of the original Star Wars comics. I think there's 107 comics, and so um, I bought that. Actually, there was an unboxing video of that on Video Masters.
Oh,
Um,
really?
yeah, I bought the whole thing, and so I have every original Star Wars comic book uh, from 1977 to 1984. I think they made them. So
Wow,
yeah, and I
that's
got them
crazy.
for dirt cheap on eBay. I don't know how I was able to get it for the price I got it. I think
Nice.
it was only like $70 for all of them. It was amazingly crazy.
Hmm. Interesting. So,
Yeah.
all right. I think I'm going to go ahead and ask one more question and then we can go ahead and wrap it up. But first of all, I just want to say thanks for joining us on the channel. And just want to say thanks to everyone who joined us in the chat. Um, we got Chucky, we got Gita, and we have Elliot and Zach joined us for a little bit. I don't know if Zach's still here, but I just want to say thanks to everyone who joined us. And let me go ahead and end off with this question: what is your favorite Star Wars movie and your worst Star Wars movie?
Favorite Star Wars movie is the original A New Hope from 1977.
Yeah,
And only movies you're talking about? All the
yeah,
of the nine movies?
yeah, movies.
The one I do not like is probably Episode 3, Attack of the Clones. It's the third one, the second one that Lucas made of the prequels, right? There
Okay, the
was
people. Okay,
Phantom
now
Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones. Yeah, Attack of the Clones is probably
So
the
how come you didn't
least.
like that one?
Do I really have to say all this? Yeah, because probably because the story didn't make much sense, and Yoda was just going crazy with that lightsaber, which we loved, but it just looked bad.
Oh, okay. So
And I don't like the clones. As a kid, Obi-Wan Kenobi said in like Empire Strikes Back something about the Clone Wars, or maybe in the first movie, I don't remember. And my brother and I always thought what are the clones? What's the Clone Wars? And so when they finally made it, it was totally different than what we thought it would be. And it's like, oh man, they're just army soldiers.
got it.
All right, I'm gonna be quiet. Thanks, Charles.
All right, man. Well, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Thanks again, man. You have a good one. I
Yeah,
just want to say thanks one more time to everyone who joined us in the chat. You take care, and Matt, you take care, my friend.
yeah. Thank you, everyone,
See you now.
and Matt out.